Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess, here to do your What's Cracking for Thursday the 11th of October. The year just flies, doesn't it? You remember your parents telling you that? As the older you get, the quicker it goes. And did you listen? No. Very true. Thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. I am loving this whole experience. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'd strongly suggest you do because it's a lot of fun here. Okay. The cards I'm using today are Ellen Dugan's Witch's Tarot. I think I'm probably going to change up the deck for next week. The other thing is too, your weekly readings will be up early. I'm doing a fair on Saturday, so I'll probably put some up Friday night, some up Saturday night, and what's left Sunday morning, so I can have a bit of a rest before going back to work. So, okay, what's cracking? Thursday. Oh, very nice, people. Okay, so this is the World card. Now, I love the World card. I think it's a beautiful card. You know, it is about going on holidays, planning holidays, you know, traveling, all those sort of things. But for me, the most important, you know, message in this card is it's number 21. It's the end of a cycle for some people. Now, when we talk the end of a cycle, it's nothing bad. It can mean it's the end of thinking a certain way, acting a certain way, resisting moving forward. It can be, you know, moving from one stage of your life to another. So from single to partnership, partnership to single. It has a lot of meanings, but basically what it's saying is that you've learned all the lessons you needed to in this time period. Now, a cycle can go for years and years. It can go for a shorter time. It depends on how you manifest and how you bring those experiences into your life and how you learn by them. So when we go out of this energy, of course, we're, you know, back to the full energy, which is really cool. So we start all over again and we learn another new lot of lessons. Now, I know some people in life, and possibly not the people that are watching the channel, because you, I would presume, mostly quite spiritual and been through your own experiences. But in the world where people aren't feeling that way, they don't understand that there are lessons to be learned. And some people do learn them inadvertently, like they don't know they're learning them. But for anybody who's spiritual, you really do understand that, you know, winter, summer, spring and autumn, basically. So that's the card up for today. Okay, so your first card out of the deck is Five of Cups. Now, the Five of Cups shows a person looking back at three cups rather than looking forward at two new ones. And the idea with this card is you are looking back at the past and not looking at what awaits you in the future. This is a normal process for someone who's gone through some sort of grief, loss, unhappiness, relationship breakdown. All those things are quite, you know, what we class, I hate the word normal, but it's a normal thing to do, to look back on things to start with. I always think it's that whole thing of it's okay to look back, don't live there. So once you've got through this, it's a matter of looking forward and seeing what you've got to look forward into your future. When you're looking back at the past all the time, you're holding your energy back from moving to where it needs to go. Now, I know this is very difficult for some people because people get locked in depression and they get locked in this sad energy. But the idea is eventually to let it go and move forward. Okay. We now have the Page of Swords. Now, the Page of Swords is, you know, a younger energy, a new energy. And in this card, he's wielding the sword quite high, which means he's ready to tell someone a truth, an apology. It could be that you're very sad because someone didn't leave you an apology or didn't apologize to you for perhaps doing the wrong thing, making you feel sad. Maybe you feel like you need an apology for closure. This also could be you too, thinking about cutting this person out of your life because of the hurt they caused you. But certainly these two energies feel right together. So I feel like this is an indication that this is what you're ready to do, ready to receive or whatever. Can't really say too much more about that one. seeing what the energies are here. Okay, beautiful. All right, so what's happening here is someone is closing out a cycle. They've either walked away from a relationship because of something someone's done and they cut them out of their lives, or they have, and a relationship's been ended, or some situation's been ended that's left them feeling sad, and they are either waiting for someone to come back and make an apology to them, or they need to make an apology. Maybe they've done this themselves, because the next card we have out is the Fool. Now the Fool talks about taking a new journey, and as I said, when the World come up here, is that this is the next step. So walking into a new situation, and walking in, not having this energy anymore, being able to let go of this energy and look forward and take a risk about moving into a new situation. Okay, and then we have the Emperor. Now, I feel like this is your energy. So for me, you've been through something, you've done your grieving, you've cut out whatever you needed to cut it out, apologised, whatever you need to do with this person. But this is you now feeling like $1 million. So the Emperor talks about a person who's, very much in control of their kingdom. They have everything in order. They, have the job that makes them happy. They have the family that makes them happy. And they're content with who they are. And this is your energy at the moment. Now, it could be someone else's energy, but I'm not feeling that in this reading yet. But, sometimes the cards can do strange things. So this is definitely you moving away from something. Now, you could have decided after this situation that you wanted to move house, move town, state, whatever, because of this situation. And that could be quite likely with the Emperor and the Fool here, because you'd be feeling confident enough to up and leave and start something new. But in this picture, we see someone in a boat moving away from, stormy waters into calm waters. They've got all their thoughts, ideas, lessons, whatever else with them, and they're taking them on their way. They don't need anything else. As you notice, they've got no other baggage. So all they've taken with them is what they need. So their lessons, basically. They don't need anything else. It's just their lessons. So this person is moving forward after this particular situation, really understanding why it happened, what their part was, what lesson they needed to learn from this, and they're moving towards the future. And I like that. That's a good way to be. Now, it could be after this situation, there's an offer here. It could be an offer of a new place to live. It could be a love offer. Love's not coming through strongly yet, but we do have the Five of Cups, and that talks about love being lost. So this could be the offer of something after you move forward. The Knight of Cups is a knight that comes in to offer you that cup. Now, the cup might not be, romantic love. It could be the offer of a new job, a new place to live. It could be the offer of family saying, come and stay with us for a while. You could spend some time with us and get over what's been happening. Now, the Queen of Swords comes out next. So if you are an air sign, Aquarius, Libra or Gemini, then this could be you. Now, I see this Knight of Cups is offering this directly to this Queen of Swords. But, if you've made an apology and you're really in your, standing your ground here and you're really in this space, it would make sense that this could be your energy. Because this sword here you're now wielding. Before it was the page that was wielding this, and now you are. Now, this could be someone coming in to offer you something, but you've got your back turned to it. So it's quite possible that the person you were dealing with has now come back to make an apology, make amends in some way, shape or form. But you're really not having you're not having a bar of it here, quite frankly. You don't want that cup. So, for me, if this energy is you, you're very much standing in your power. I love the symbolism of the sword and the wisteria, which is very strong here. You're a little bit living in the clouds here, but then you're an air sign too. Or you're in this energy of an air sign. But she can be a little bit cutting. she can be a little bit cold, and she's obviously not ready to make an apology back again. So if this person's coming in to offer you an apology, a fresh start, a new start, whatever it is here, you're not ready to accept this. Now, if this is a work situation or a business situation, I feel that somebody's offering you something, but for some unknown reason you do not want to take it. I think you've become quite independent here. There is sort of a little bit of a feeling that you've closed yourself down after some situation that's happened to you. So be careful, because sometimes the Queen of Swords can be a little cold, and you don't want to be closing your heart down. At least, you know, it's okay while you're in this energy to close yourself off. But you don't want to go forward with a broken heart. You need to heal. You need to open your heart back up again and move forward. Otherwise, it's just tough for you. Okay, and then we have the Seven of Swords. Now, it's coming out on the Six of Swords here. This can be seen as a trickster card. And I'm thinking maybe this is, for some of you, some sort of relationship where someone's tricked you or done something to you that wasn't very nice. Now, again, not always romantic. It could be that someone's tricked you in some other place in your life and you've chosen to move away. But there's some sort of dishonest behaviour here. Now, it could be you. It could be you. You may be behaving in some sort of dishonest way. Wow. There's big truths coming out here. Big truths. You know, I've just looked at the clock and I'm running way over again. I talk way too much. So someone is ready to tell a truth here and have a fresh new start from the truth. So maybe you're going to, well, now you've got yourself back together again. You're ready to go back to this person. Maybe you did the wrong thing to this person and you're ready to go back and make an apology to them. Because here we have the card of the Nine of Pentacles, which means you're really feeling on top of things now. So whatever's happened here, whatever situation this was, at the end of the day, you've come out feeling really good about how you've managed it. And maybe you didn't do the right thing, but that doesn't matter. You've learned your lessons. You're ready to move on. And you're ready to make an apology to someone or them to you. That's a big reading. Okay, put a quick oracle card on it. Oh, he wanted to jump out. Amiga, victory, your desire is coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. So someone, whether they're apologising to someone else for something they've done or whether someone's coming back to them, you've done all the things you needed to do. You've learned your lesson and you've manifested this return. Whatever you've done, whatever you want to gain from this, whatever situation this is, you've done well. You're bringing back what you want. That's what happens when you do your lessons and you listen. Thanks, guys.